Let's make it a good day.
Today on The Jason Show, tricks and treats. As TV hosts go all out for Halloween, we'll look at some of today's best costumes. Then, a recap of all the Halloween fun we had from our live show in Anoka. And it is our Halloween tradition. Wine diva Leslie Miller is pairing wine with your favorite trick or treat treats. The Jason Show starts right now. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah.
And we're back home in our studio here in Eden Prairie. Happy Halloween. And welcome to the Joe Dirt. Welcome to the Joe Dirt Show. I'm Jason Matheson.
He thinks.
Thank God I'm married. Seriously. Please welcome my good friend. It's Tippi Hedren, everyone. That's right. So, this is one of my favorite costumes. Many, many years ago, around the time that I was hosting The Buzz, a good friend of mine, Kristen Botten, hi Kristen, she was gonna do this outfit, and it was sensational. It's such an original, great idea.
It's such a good movie.
It is such a good movie too.
Look at you right
Yeah,
now.
for the youngins. So for the youngins, if we need to explain it,
Yes.
we're doing some of your favorite characters from various movies. I'm of course a poor man's version of Joe Dirt with David Spade. That's right. That's right. David has a much better mullet than I have. I love this movie, and you know I love Spade. I absolutely love Spade. And so that's who I'm, and they loved my name tag. I'm a lubrication expert. Right there, yeah.
You know what? I'm not going to dive into
Not
that.
like Jiffy Lube, people. You perverts.
Like Jiffy Lube.
Yeah. Anyway, and of course your Tippi Hedren from Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds.
Look at.
One of the best suspense thrillers in motion picture history. Still to this day freaks me out.
It's still so good. We watched it last year before I did this costume last year for Halloween, so I had it. But we watched it and it was like, oh my gosh, it really does hold up.
Oh, yeah.
That scene where she goes upstairs.
It's
Spoiler
terrifying.
alert for a really old movie, but when she goes upstairs and she gets stuck in that room with the birds.
It's horrible.
That's horrible.
It's horrible. You know what wasn't horrible? A couple house cleaning things before we get going. First, we had to leave the studio last week. That's why we did the 2 special episodes. We did the behind the scenes Parks and Rec episode that photographer Eric everythinged. I said it. I'm so proud of Eric. That show is so good and very best in show because we had to get out of the studio because behind me we had to get a new monitor. So I want to say thank you to the engineering crew who gave us the new monitor and set that up. And of course, like I said, Eric, thanks to Eric for putting together one of my favorite shows in 8 years. Yeah.
It's good.
And then obviously on Friday, you know, we're doing a more subdued Halloween show today because, really, people, our Halloween show was Friday,
Yes.
live from Anoka. And yeah, thank you to everybody that came out. It all led up to Saturday. I was honored, thought it was very sweet. The city of Anoka asked me to be the grand marshal of their legendary Anoka Halloween parade on Saturday. There I am in the back of Joe Mauer's truck. That's not a joke. It was from like Mauer Chevrolet or something, waving to the people. And thanks to everyone that said hello and were very nice to me on the parade route. And thanks to my Jason Show family, Addie and Jeff and Eric and Kendall and Kendall's delightful husband Jordan and who was the star of that day, and Addie's aunt Stephen and photographer Eric. And I'm just going to tell you one little thing before I want to look at the audience, the costumes. we're sitting there, and you all know photographer Eric by now. And I say this lovingly, right?
Yes, very lovingly.
There are days when his elevator doesn't stop on the top floor. You know what I mean? It's just like, and that's why we love him. He's just a cracker short of a bowl of tomato soup, you know? But that's what makes him a creative genius. So we're sitting, and one of my lifelong friends, Maddie, I reference him all the time. We used to call him Drunk Maddie. Maddie joined us, an audience. This was so great. Maddie's sitting here. Eric is sitting here, and Eric goes off on one of his Eric stories, because Eric's done everything. He's Forrest Gump, you know? So Eric's going, oh, I was in the Arctic, and I wrestled a polar bear, and
lost a toe.
and then I got a girlfriend, and then he finishes the story, and Maddie, with a straight face, did this, looked over at Eric and said, you're an interesting individual. One of my favorite moments.
It's true.
One of my favorite moments. You're an interesting individual. More behind the scenes stories a little bit. Hey, Leo, but let's look at our audience today, dressed in costume. There's a portion of them right there. Michael Myers is in the middle. That's Phil Jones. Thankfully, that mask will prevent him from talking the entire hour. Yes. Let's get started, everybody. It's time for the hot dish. Roll it. I look a little bit like my dad. My dad had a mullet, and I just realized that, yeah.
Was it as beautiful and shiny?
No, I'm waiting for that text from my mom. Anyway, it's the annual traditions that we can't wait to show you. I haven't even seen this yet. The anchors on the Today Show got dressed up again for Halloween. They've been doing it since the days of my ex-wife, Katie Couric. And this year, the theme, Vegas. Look at this.
Let's pop into the David Copperfield Theater and see what tricks he's got up his sleeve today.
Hello, everyone. My magic is a metaphor, a reminder that what you think is impossible can be achieved. You may have just noticed I rose from a chair with nothing but my physical strength, but what if I told you that I could make a human being rise using only the power of my mind? Ladies and gentlemen, my lovely assistant Adelaide, if you would please.
Hello, Dance Magic. Hello, David.
Adelaide, thank you. Have a seat. Everyone, join us.
Okay, pretty good. There's the rest of them right there. I mean, where's the Siegfried and Roy, for heaven's sake? Anyway, Carson and Dylan were David Copperfield and his assistant. Chanel was a Vegas showgirl, really good. Craig was Muhammad Ali. Al Roker was Sammy Davis Jr. And Jenna was Celine Dion. And then Savannah and Hoda were Cirque du Soleil. So, you know, pretty good.
Yeah.
They've had better. You said this, and I know he's Mervy Pervy. I know he's Mervy Pervy.
We know.
We know. However, nothing will beat
Matt Lauer as J-Lo.
or Matt Lauer as Baywatch.
Oh, that was good too.
Yeah.
Matt
Or
Lauer
when,
basically in any of the costumes.
yeah. Or Katie Couric as Peter Pan when she flew over the plaza. But that, I'm aging myself. Next on the dish, the Diane Sawyer interview with Matthew Perry aired Friday night on ABC. It's available now on Hulu. Matthew opened up about his struggles with addiction. Boy, did he ever. Among the revelations in his book, he says he was taking 55 Vicodin a day. A day.
Wow.
And my bangs keep... He told Diane how he got that many. Look at this.
Well, I had to wake up and realize that I needed to get 55 of them or I was going to be really sick. So I did all sorts of things. I had a bunch of doctors, fake migraines and all that stuff. And I guess the weirdest thing I did was on Sundays I would go to open houses and go to the bathrooms in the open house and see what pills they had in there and steal them. And I think they thought, well, there's no way that Chandler came in and stole from us.
At one point in the interview, Diane asked him if it would be all right if they watch a scene from Friends. and kind of talk about what his feelings were. And it was a scene, the first one was when Maddie was very, 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 very thin. And Maddie said, you can always tell where I am in the addiction. If I'm thin, it's pills. If I'm holding weight, it's liquor. I love this episode. He also explained, and I know a lot of us wondered this, remember the Friends reunion in 2021? And we were all very worried about Matthew because his voice was different. He just seemed off. Matthew explained that a week before that Friends reunion on HBO, he had extreme dental surgery that basically made his mouth feel like it was on fire. So it affected how he talked. I remember thinking, it made me very sad because he just didn't seem like himself. Why didn't they postpone for Maddie? Why didn't they wait?
I don't know. Well, you can hear it in this, and she addresses it really well right away. She's like, you can hear that his voice is different. It was because of an emergency room, not even stint, like a 5-month process basically from an overdose. I'm glad he's talking about it, but it is really sad to see him like that.
I think it's one of those things where, as I'm watching it, you just want him to be better because it's Chandler, it's Matthew Perry. You know, you want him to do well. He's funny and he's charming, and and to find out that he was this close to death, he was in a coma, and we didn't know. I mean, they kept everything very private.
Right.
He was seconds from death. It's unbelievable. His book will be available next week. He's going to be doing a nationwide tour. We have a lot more to come on this Joe Dirt Day. We'll be right back. Back in a moment. Woo! And then at one point on Saturday, Kendall disappears, and Kendall and Addie disappear. Addie is our social media diva, and we're sitting at this table, the whole Jason Show family, and Jeff looks at me and he goes, where's Kendall? And before we know it, there's Kendall and Addie walking around serums selling Jell-O shots. Yep. And we're like, how did that happen? How did you get recruited for that?
We were promised free Jell-O if we sold the Jell-O.
That was your payment for the day.
Yep.
Welcome back. John Oliver poked fun once again at the news business. You know we love that. That is our late night rewind.
And now, unnecessary full disclosure.
Full disclosure, I'm not a finance guy. Haven't studied it, don't much understand it.
In full disclosure, I was a very amateur national anthem singer.
Full disclosure, I used to be a waiter at the Olive Garden back in the day.
Full disclosure, I have never been to a drive-in.
Full disclosure, I always wanted a Boston Whaler. Full disclosure, I had a Q-tip in my ear last night.
Full disclosure, I have had enough shrimp and grits to last me for the next 4 years.
Full disclosure, the oysters, we're not from the East River.
Full disclosure, I crushed a Kind Bar about 10 minutes ago.
Full disclosure, I'm a cookie guy.
Full disclosure, go Gators.
Full disclosure, it's not the best corn-related job I've ever had.
Full disclosure, there's an action figure of me in my office made out of fondant.
Full disclosure.
An action figure made out of fondant?
I guess.
Oh.
Full disclosure, this mullet isn't real. Just FYI, I know.
I had no idea.
It's time for a special Serving a Hot Dish, all the way from Hollywood on this Halloween. Give it up for Brad from TMZ. Hi, Brad.
Good morning, Joe Dirt. How are you?
Yeah. Do you like the costume, Brad?
It's perfect. The wig, I think, should be a new thing, Jason.
I think so. Yeah, and Brad, you had a nice costume over the weekend as well.
Yeah, I was a crocodile hunter over the weekend. You can't see the full getup today, but I have a bunch of Dunkin' Donuts at my desk, a fake cigarette, and a Boston shirt, so I'm Ben Affleck.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring it all over you. I was going to spill.
Oh, that is good. Well, the new season of Unsolved Mysteries on Netflix, I've been watching it, is already getting results. What happened? What's going on?
Well, it's really incredible how this works, because this is a murder case, Jason, one of the episodes from years and years ago, where a man, his name was David Carter, was murdered by what police and his family believe was his girlfriend at the time. She has not been seen in several years now, and they talk about this case, and we're told actually because of this episode that's aired, police have gotten over close to 100 tips now on her possible location. So the family is not only really excited that the attention is being brought back to this case, they hope that this girlfriend, who everyone believes murdered David Carter, will now be found.
I've seen that episode. It's a really good one. That, and there's a Minnesota case of a missing guy, Josh Guimond. That's another great episode as well. So I love when that happens, when a show like this or a show like that yields some results.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what the family is hoping too, Jason. That their family member can rest in peace is what they hope.
Next, Evan Peters. We all know he played Dahmer. He talked about how he stepped into the role on the show. What did he do? What lengths did he go to?
Well, he went about as far as you can go in the fact that he not only wore Jeffrey Dahmer's glasses, but he wore his actual clothing as well.
No.
And what we're told is even on set, he would never break character. He'd have weights on his arm, Jason, because Jeffrey Dahmer, he'd always kind of have his arms at his side. He wouldn't really move his hands when he spoke or anything like that. So Evan also did that just to maintain the posture. But wearing the clothes is just really haunting.
Ugh. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to think about that too much. So finally, we all heard about ex-SNLer Chris Redd. He was attacked coming out of a comedy club last week. How's he doing?
Well, we actually got photos of his injuries, and you just see how bad it was. He was hit with brass knuckles. You see there, fractured his nose. He had a couple black eyes. But really the scary thing about this, Jason, is you got to wonder who these people were, or at least the one man who attacked him. They believe there could have been 2 suspects here. If they were waiting for him, if they had a vendetta. They tried to steal a chain that he was wearing, but that chain broke, so they were able to recover it on the ground. But nonetheless, you see just how random and how violent this attack was. It's lucky for Chris things weren't worse.
Absolutely. Well, Ben, have a great day, and happy Halloween.
You too, Joe. I appreciate it.
That's Brad from TMZ. More of these stories at TMZ.com. That's awful.
That is awful. At first, I thought maybe
With Chris Redd, I mean, not Ben Affleck. Yeah.
Not Ben.
Yeah.
At first, I thought maybe it was just a comedy, like how people are getting attacked on stage
Yeah.
at their comedy shows. And this doesn't make it better, but ooh.
It's just awful. I just want to go like a day without really horrible news. Next in the dish, the new season of the Emmy-winning White Lotus. I don't know why it took me a minute. Debuted last night on HBO. Before I give you my thoughts, here's a little look at the trailer.
Whenever I stay at a White Lotus, I always have a memorable time. Always.
Welcome to the White Lotus in Sicily.
La Dolce Vita.
You guys are here to learn about your Sicilian roots. Sounds like a fun boys' trip.
Wasn't supposed to be a boys' trip.
We're on a family vacation right now, and it's just the 3 of us, because all the women in our family hate you.
Please, can we just drop it? Now that he's loaded, do you think he regrets marrying such a dud?
What is going on with you?
There's a reason they invited us here.
It's like you sold your company, you got rich, and now he's your best friend.
Are these the kind of people we're gonna be hanging out with now?
Did you vote, babe? Be honest.
I did. Didn't I?
Doesn't matter.
So, just like season 1, there is a mystery. Just like season 1, there's really quirky characters. You saw those 4 youngins, the 2 couples.
Yes.
The guys are like college roommates, and they're very different now. And the wives don't really, well, the one wife doesn't really get why they're hanging out with the cool dude in the orange polo, Theo James. And something's going on with those 2. Jennifer Coolidge is back. She reprises her character from season 1.
So she's herself, like she's
the same character that she was in season 1. The difference is this time she brought her assistant, and she won't let the assistant leave her hotel room. And you don't really know why or what's going on, and her relationship doesn't seem real happy. But I will tell you, are you looking at my bangs? Is that distracting to you?
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
The product you used today is just doing wonders for you. Just, I can't.
No, but I don't want to give anything else away. Here's how I know that I like something, is if I can't wait for the next episode. As I sit here, I want to get the next episode.
Do you like
it's
it
good.
better than season 1?
No, I don't think. I mean, we'll
really?
see.
Okay.
But I don't think there's going to be a sophomore slump. But who knows? I do enjoy it though. You can watch The White Lotus on HBO Max. Well, we're not the only one. Thank you. Okay. Now Okay. Random shot of our audience member. Okay, there we go. I gotta tell you, I didn't know Leo was gonna take that shot. I go, is that Leo? But no, it's yeah. Okay. Well, we were not allowed to see Theodore, Ted, before the show. We're not kidding. Did you know what his costume is?
Well, he does that like most days of the week anyway. We can't look at him.
We can't talk to him. So here's the deal. It's time to go into our control room to see what America's favorite daytime talk show producer.
You want me to look at this thing? Oh, we on? Oh, we're on. Hey, who are you?
Who are you?
I drove up from Dubuque, Iowa. They said you guys were talking about me a few weeks ago.
Is that Nicolas Cage?
Who are you?
Supposed to be.
You don't know who I am?
No, but I'm really scared right now. Who are...
I'm the CEO of Taffy Motors. I heard you guys were talking about me.
Ricky Ticky Taffy.
Taffy froze on the way up here.
Oh,
they said I could come up here and sell some cars.
Okay, if you do not get what is happening, I mentioned when I was a kid, we always watched the animated movie Ricky Ticky Taffy. It's about a mongoose who battles
I haven't heard that one before.
It's about a mongoose who battles a cobra. They're mortal enemies. It's part of the Jungle Book series.
Oh yeah, green apple right there.
Yeah, but this is Ricky Ticky Taffy.
Yeah, Taffy Motors. Right on I-94 in there, Dubuque, Iowa, near Dyersville.
Oh my goodness.
We'll give you a good price. We'll sell you some taffy.
Oh God.
Ted, I'm sorry, Ricky. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you.
Wait, we're gonna sell some cars?
We're good, Ricky. We're good. Oh my goodness.
No dicker sticker.
Okay, Leo, go take Ricky off. Yeah.
What just happened?
What just happened? Did he? Anyway, next in the dish. What did the audience say? Yeah, anyway. Bad news. Yeah, bad news for the very few fans of CBS's The Real Love Boat.
Aww.
I know. The reality dating show was in a prime spot on the network, sandwiched between Survivor and The Amazing Race. But friends, that didn't even help because the network has decided to take it out of its misery. They've moved it off of prime time and they're moving the remainder of the season to their streaming service Paramount Plus. As it stands now, ratings for The Amazing Race are down nearly 20%.
Oh!
So what happens is it's called a lead-in. So when you have a really horrible show that leads into your show, that affects your ratings, you know. So if I'm the producers of The Amazing Race, I'm really upset right now.
The Love Boat, more like the Titanic.
Yeah.
Just taking everything down.
Oh, look at that.
Just taking it down. Jokes.
That was a good dad joke there. Yes.
Thank you. I'm here for the next 30 minutes.
I am still trying to process what happened in the control room. I remember when Andy Kaufman came on Letterman dressed as I feel like that was kind of what just happened. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a very old reference.
It's very fitting for our show, though, that everyone's confused.
Everyone is very confused. That's why, anyway, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Back in a moment, everybody. The scary dish is done, but the Halloween fun is not. Next, a look back at our crazy fun day celebrating Halloween in Anoka. And what wine goes best with the Mounds Bar? Leslie Miller is live with Trick or Treat wine pairings. We will be right back. Welcome back. Well, We had so much fun on our Halloween show on Friday in the Halloween capital of the world, also known as Anoka. So many of you came out to see us do the show at Serums right there in downtown Anoka. So we thought, okay, we couldn't show everything that happened. So photographer Eric basically recapped our very busy and fun morning. Look.
I just want to get a shot of the line here while it still exists. Holy moly.
Oh my God. Apparently people want to come see the show. Do we have to expand our studio? I don't know. There's a car.
I've been here since 6:30.
I am just so surprised. You guys are on like the right line. This is like the DMV or anything, right? Wait, you guys find out there's no Jason. It's just Ted sitting in a folding chair. That's all you get. You get Ted.
And try and put Ted on The Bachelor. How are you doing with that? Have you made Ted a Bachelor contestant yet?
I haven't hit The Bachelor, but there's this calendar called Chicken Daddies that I might get him into.
Okay, Ted could be a really good chicken daddy. Ted could rock being a chicken daddy.
What a day for a daydream. What a day for a daydreaming boy.
What are you guys all waiting for?
Jason!
Favorite part of the Jason show?
Oh, I just love Jason in every aspect of it.
Through your favorite part of the Jason show?
Spaghetti!
Last unknown thing. We love him.
We love him.
Funny most days, and so is Kendall. I love them too.
Well, what's your favorite part of the show?
The marmot.
Favorite part of the Jason show?
He's so real. We just love. I feel like he feels like he's a friend.
All of you guys.
You, Eric, you.
She said all of us, not just Jason. And high five.
This is what happens when he's not here yet.
And take him out to karaoke, because it is the most beautiful, awe-inspiring thing you will ever see.
What do you call it? Karaoke song.
Buster Poindexter, hot, hot, hot.
Whoa! Can you give us a piece?
No.
Hey man, are you hiding? Like it's just a hood. It's not like you're turning invisible there. I can still see you.
He's supposed to be at work, I think.
Anybody abandoning their children to come watch us? All right, over there.
Yeah, I ditched them. Go to school. Pack your own lunch. I'm going to see Jason.
Sleigh ball dancers.
You guys know you have to dance just a little bit. Can you dance a little bit? I just saw some amazing dancing. Can anybody do any better than that? I don't know if you guys know this, but I have this secret plan to make Ted a sex symbol. That's why there's all the Ted shots. It's my personal goal to make Ted like a household sex symbol.
That's a good luck on that.
The hot topic on the Facebook is too much butt or not enough butt.
There's a lot of butt. Way too much butt.
There was a lot of Ted butt yesterday, so is that an aspect that you liked?
Well, I don't. Sure.
What's your favorite part of the show?
Oh, just everything. It's so much fun.
So everything. So another vote for Ted butt.
Yes.
I just took a picture of Jason's back. I figured it was better than nothing.
I'm gonna go get you a better photo, okay?
Oh, yeah!
Here, check it out.
Oh, it's a better back picture! Yeah, I like it!
Hi, everybody. Okay, we're not on the air yet. Save that. How many have already started drinking? That is why we're here.
Look who gets the best position at the bar.
Gary, did you arrange this so she gets this position?
And the pool tap box right there.
And she's conveniently located by the pull tab booth.
I just need one shot though, because he has talked about it for years. And can you drink some Bud Light for me?
gosh. Thank you to Eric. Thank you to everyone that came out. I was so bummed. My mom was feeling a little bit under the weather. She missed all the incentives. She'll be there next year because we kind of unofficially decided that we are going to probably make this a yearly thing. So we will be back probably next year at Sears. But it was so much fun, wasn't it?
It was so much fun. Y'all were so nice
Very
and so
nice.
happy and excited, and it was really cool to see everybody.
Yeah, and one little note, because I know I was reading some I keep pulling my wig.
Long hair.
I was reading some comments, and I kind of want to explain because people were getting a little, some of them were a little mad at serums because we couldn't get everybody in. Let me just explain. Yes, we've seen serums busier on a normal night, but we had to actually keep the restaurant a little under capacity because we had equipment and monitors and crew, and we had to be able to safely navigate through so that's why, yes, we can only have a certain amount of people because it was an active TV show production scene. So
we have a lot of things. We have a lot of baggage.
A lot.
On a lot of levels.
But thanks, Anoka. We love you, and we can't wait to come back. We're going to come right back with Leslie Miller coming up in a little bit. Stay with us, everybody. More love from Anoka, though, next. Oh, I would say, y'all can argue with me. I think it's an iconic, like one of the most iconic moments in any movie. I mean, that everyone, I remember watching it with my Aunt Char. It's just, yeah, I would burn that place to the ground. Anyway, an iconic scene from the Alfred Hitchcock classic, The Birds. It is obviously the inspiration for my buddy Kendall's costume today.
Good acting, right?
That was great, Kendall.
Thank
that was
you.
fantastic. We thought, even though it's Monday, we would do a little throwback at some of our childhood costumes. First up, insert your own joke here. This is me as a clown. Go ahead, make up your own jokes.
Little rodeo clown.
That rocking chair, that's my grandma Mazak's rocking chair. And with my little cowboy shirt on. I'm probably like 6 here. Yeah. Okay. Judging by, probably 6.
Judging by the face paint.
Yeah. Here I am in high school, dressed up as an older, as a, I think Mrs. Bates or something. I don't know.
Oh, from the movie.
Yeah. There's that rocking chair again. This time it's at my house, but yeah, I think that was probably sophomore year of high school. Let's look at Kendall's now.
Oh.
Where are you?
I'm at I'm the one standing. Those are my sisters, obviously. Little sisters.
Yeah.
And that's my grandma Mary. We used to go to her house first. Every year we'd get ready there with my mom so that we could start at Grandma Mary's and see all of her friends. And so.
What are you? Are you Sandy?
Yeah, my mom made me a poodle skirt. I just was like a little, I don't know.
I love that. Okay,
Cute.
That's cute.
Thanks.
You're such a cute kid.
Big cheeks.
You're still cute. I know we both have
The
like that,
cheeks.
yeah. On Friday, as I mentioned, we kicked off Halloween weekend in the Halloween capital of the world, Anoka. And Kendall got a chance to visit a very special spot there.
Anoka is home to one-of-a-kind Halloween store, and of course, that meant I got to check it out. You see it right there. The Halloween capital of the world. Store. Michelle, who knew that there was a store for the Halloween capital of the world?
Everybody in Anoka.
Everybody here. This is a good point. Okay, I love the street address. Before we get into the store.
Yeah.
It's a half street. What's the address? 1925 and a half?
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you get here?
Well, you have to walk downstairs.
Okay, that's the half, people. The half is the staircase. But I love it in here. It's so cute and decorated. What can people find?
Well, we have all of our Anoka Halloween merchandise, and we also have some historical pieces about Anoka Halloween.
I love that. The buttons, for example, the buttons are my favorite. I mean, you have them all the way back to when, the 40s?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you can't buy these, but you can look at them.
No, you could have.
You could have back in the... around Anoka, I was noticing, because I was trying to find the store, you normally have a little sign when you're open.
Yes, we have a sandwich board that's out.
So people will be able to see that.
Yes.
But I also couldn't help but notice that everything is Halloween. Like I kept going into different stores going, oh wait, no, this isn't the Halloween store. This is just a store with Halloween decorations.
Yeah, we really fooled you, didn't we?
You really did.
We have a window decorating contest that is put on every year.
So window watching.
All of the stores are decorated with Halloween, different themes. Some of them are very elaborate. It's a lot of fun.
And do people get to vote?
Yeah.
Or is that done?
Yeah, people do get to vote.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, they get to vote through Discover Anoka.
Okay. If people want to come, they want to window shop, they want to vote, is there kind of an area of town that's really good to go into?
I would say up and down Main Street and then also down 2nd Avenue.
I've been doing this for over 100 years. Yes. Over 100 years of Halloweens. There was a short break for like wars.
Yep.
But that's about it. What has been sort of your favorite thing about bringing Minnesotans, the world together over Anoka and Halloween?
I think it's just the traditions. It's all the traditions and it brings so much joy, I think, to people seeing the parades and all of the different things that we have to offer with the festivals.
And they have a lot to offer. Thanks again to our folks in Anoka. And that store is only open today and then they're closed.
They're like open one day a week for the rest of the year until next September.
That's it.
I mean, one day a month.
Yeah.
One day a month.
And again, we'll be back there next year. Okay, when we come back, mixing candy with wine, the Leslie Miller way. When we come back in a moment. Oh my goodness, it's a giant grape. Look at her. Welcome back. Here we are. I am so attractive. You may have a lot of extra candy lying around the house come tomorrow, and you may be wondering, hey, Jace, I could mix this with wine. You're right. What wine goes with a Mounds bar? Our next guest knows the answer. Give it up for America's favorite grape, Leslie Miller, everyone. That's right. From Amusee and the new Sip Better store in the North Loop. Hello.
Hello.
During the commercial break, I went to hug Leslie, and she told me not to get too close to her because she could pop.
I could
pop.
pop.
Yeah. Okay, this has become a yearly tradition of ours.
Yes.
So what are we pairing this year?
Well, I had to really get crazy here. Really funky with these pairings. Crazy.
Crazy great.
Crazy great time.
Okay.
Well, we started with Skittles. Anything Skittles, Starburst, sweet, I'm like, sweet tarts.
Is it hard to count with
the
grapes in your way? Okay.
So try on these Skittles. Now, I'm going to introduce you to a brand new grape. This grape is outstanding. I love this grape. It's called Elbling. E-L-B-L-I-N-G.
Thank you, audience. Elbling.
Elbling. Now try it with this little Elbling. I always describe Elbling as if dry Riesling met Sauvignon Blanc.
And had a baby?
And had a baby. A great baby. It's so tangy and delicious and just like zippy and fresh. I love it. What do you think about it?
You know what? If there is a wine that's going to go with Skittles, this is it. Elfling or whatever it is.
Elfling, Elbling.
Oh, yeah, this is good.
Elfling. I love it because it's also really great with like goat cheeses and things like that. It's so delicious.
Oh, that is?
Yeah. It has this dry kind of honeycomb note to it. So fun.
I enjoy that, just on it, even without candy. Yeah, okay.
And then Pinot Gris, which people don't always realize that Pinot Gris, Pinot Grigio are the same grape.
They are?
Yep, we call it Pinot Grigio in Italy.
Then why are they confusing us, Leslie? Why do they need to call it Pinot Gris and Pinot Grigio?
As we move it out of Italy, we call it Pinot Gris. Now, in certain regions, it can be a little bit rounder, a little more on the apricot side. This is German. Now, I paired this with a York peppermint patty.
All right.
Okay, this is going to be a really interesting combo. Normally, I would say when we've done this with Girl Scout cookies and mint, I would say Sauvignon Blanc. But I tried this and I loved it. I thought like the round peachy side to it. No? What? Come on.
You're going to mark me down as a no on that one. But you know what? It's not putrid. You know what I mean? No, I just mean like pairing wine with mint. That's a Herculean task.
It is.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's what I mean. This is good.
Yeah.
I think I would like the Pinot Gris by itself.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's delicious. It's one of those great wines for this time of year also.
Yeah.
All right, so 100 grand. Who doesn't love 100 grand?
It's one of my favorite. It's one of my, other than whatchamacallit, it's my, I love whatchamacallit.
Yep, I agree.
But Snickers, whatchamacallit, and 100 grand are my favorite bars.
100 grand. So this is kind of tricky too because you have the crisp, kind of waffly side of 100 grand. And this is another really outside the box pairing. So this is a little wine out of Italy and they call it Rosato. It is just synonym for rosé. And this has a touch of dry Moscato to it with Barbera. And I kind of
As in Hannah?
Hannah Barbera. Yes, yes. Yes, absolutely. Ooh. And it's kind of fun because you wouldn't think that these two things would go together at all. But it's on the drier side, right?
Yeah, that's good. That's Maxwell House, right? That's good to the last drop right there, yeah. That is, that's
so
good.
So fun to try. And
that's my favorite so far.
And people don't always realize that Moscato is not super sticky sweet all the time. No. It can be a little bit dry and lifted. Now, Cabernet and an Almond Joy. Now,
sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
That's right.
So I paired this with Cabernet.
Okay.
And, you know, the denseness of the chocolate, a little bit of that, like, coconutty almond side always reminds me of kind of like California Cabernet when you're talking about sort of like the toastiness of a barrel that you get from California Cab. What do you think?
Oh, this is another winner. This is,
Ooh, you like this one.
Okay, new favorite. Okay, that's forget that one. That one. Okay.
I love the sidekick.
We have time for one more.
Okay, let's do this because, and I did pair Zinfandel and chocolate, awesome. But you know what? This is out of Waconia, and this is their peanut butter porter. That paired with a Reese's, come on.
God, I love a Reese's.
This blew my mind last night. I had about 3 of them with this beer. And it's the peanut butter on peanut butter just ended up in just an amazing little pairing set. Waconia, chocolate peanut butter porter, such a good little beer.
Okay. I have very strong feelings about this.
You do?
You will hear that strong feeling when we return. Back in a moment, everybody. Back in a moment. Stay right there. Welcome back. We're in the vineyard with Leslie Miller, America's favorite grape. Okay, so recap, what did you, we have 30 seconds, what did you give me?
Waconia's chocolate peanut butter porter, paired with Reese's. It's that peanut butter on peanut butter scenario, and it's out of this world.
And I concur. That is, I do not like beer. I do not like beer.
Right.
I could easily drink that whole thing.
Oh, it's so delicious.
It is so good.
That also with blue cheese is also amazing, yeah.
Go see Leslie at her brand new store, Sip Better in the North Loop in my neighborhood, and visit amusewine.com. We're going to wrap things up when we return. Back after this. In a moment. Welcome back. Okay, friends, you know what happens. It's time for the surprise goodbye. Today, Star Wars comes to the Twin Cities. Check out this neighborhood in Bloomington, transformed to a galaxy far, far away. Oh, I am going there. The house is decked out in Star Wars decorations with replicas of an X-Wing and an AT-AT walker. Yeah. Did you ever have a neighbor,
yes,
like a neighbor that would either do Christmas lights or big Halloween?
We didn't have any neighbors because I lived in the country, so we never got any trick-or-treaters. But there was a guy in town who would do like 100 carved pumpkins, and people would come in from all over the place to see him. And then next to him was the guy who used to hand out his candy inside of a coffin. Oh, yes. That was scary. My bird's about to hit you. Sorry.
Okay. Well, that'll creep me out for the rest of today. That's right.
You're welcome.
Yeah, again, thanks to everybody that came out and supported us in Anoka. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you so very much. And don't forget, if you want to get tickets back here in our studio back home, all you have to do is go to the Jason Show Facebook page and you'll see a link. Boop, boop. Click on that link and let us know when you're coming. You never know when you're here on a prize day. Tomorrow, Chef Ye Vang will join us live. It's been a while since we've seen Ye. But right now, you can go drink wine. I know you're itching itching to go by. Yeah. That's going to do it for us. If you're a kid that's being bullied, go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Happy Halloween, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.